Over the years, I've talked to the experts and I've developed a 9-step strategy for putting in a food plot. If you didn't listen to anything, listen to this. If you're like me, you come from a long line of non-farmers. I can't grow anything. I can barely grow a boil on my ass. If you're like me, you've procrastinated and waited till the very last moment to put in some food plots. Here it is the last few days of August and I still haven't done much. Now, I'm not a farmer. I don't come from many farmers. I'm a hunter. I know nothing about farming. I can't plant anything in a greenhouse. However, over the years, I've talked to the experts and I've developed a 9-step strategy for putting in a food plot. And you can do this right now if you hurry, starting in late August, early September. First thing, decide on what you want to plant. It's key because some things work better in the fall, some things in the spring, and some things late. Since it's coming into the fall right now, you do best to do a blend. Go to your local co-op, ask them what they'd use, or you can order some of the expensive stuff from places like Whitetail Institute or Tecumate, those specialized seeds. I'm not sure that you need them. Some people swear by them. But get something that works in the fall. Clover's always good, blend of oats, some brassicas, something that you can throw out there to hedge your bet. So if one of the seed dies, the other one might make it. At least that's what I do. Next, choose a location that gets plenty of sun and then clear it for rocks. Just make it smooth. Give it the once over. You have to get rid of the weeds. Otherwise, the weeds that are native, they will just kick your seeds' asses and you won't have anything. So to clear your plot of weeds, 2 easy ways to do it. 1, burn. It's the best way by far. However, if it's already August, you've waited too late. The best time to burn is right before the spring green up, in most places March. Now, in August you could do it, but only if it's not too dry and you've created all kinds of fire blocks and are prepared to do that. The second thing you can do, and it's more common, it's used all over the world with great results, is the use of a herbicide. Now, I'm a cheapskate, so I'm not going to pay $80 or $100 for a bottle of Roundup. You can get the same thing at just about any ag store. This came from Tractor Supply. It's a 41% glyphosate, and it's the same exact thing, but it costs about half as much. It's a little tricky mixing it because the book is like 40 pages long, but I'm going to show you how to make it easy. Now, you might not like the idea of spraying, but believe me, if you've eaten a vegetable or fruit, you've consumed spray. And there's that fucking wasp. Next, you need to contact your ag extension office. This is a necessary step. I know it sucks, but you get a soil sample kit from them. They'll give you a miniature posthole digger. You take a couple of soils and they'll tell you if you need lime, i.e. fertilizer, and what type of fertilizer you need. If you get it back and say you need a lot of lime, you need to do that, or otherwise you're just spinning your wheels. If you take that time, it'll really help you in the long run. Plenty of places need some lime, but you can just mix that in with your seed. You don't have to do it first, even though that's recommended. So next is plowing. Now, plowing is a holdover of the past. Many modern schools of farming say no-till planting is actually better, but to do no-till, you have to have basically bare earth. You only plow to break up the soil if it's really compacted or there's some weeds. If you can get that soil down to pretty much nothing, kill it with a herbicide or burn it, you can go no-till where basically you just need to spread seed and then get a good seed to soil contact or cover it slightly. So you can plow, everybody does, but you don't have to, and I know this for a fact. Now, if it was recommended to add lime or fertilizer, you need to do it now, or if you're using a machine like a ferminator, you can mix the lime in with the seed and do it all at once. And final step, you've done everything. You've cleared the field, you've chosen your seed, you've fertilized, you've disked and de-weeded, you've broadcast, and you've ensured good seed to soil contact. Now, you need to pray for rain, and that's all there is. With that said, I'm here today to tell you how you can make it even easier. Out of those 9 steps, there's a few that are very important. Here they are as quickly as I can say it. If you didn't listen to anything, listen to this. Go out, find a decent place, use some herbicide, either hand spray it or use a sprayer like I'm about to use, spray it. Wait a couple weeks, make sure it's dead. If it's not dead, spray it again. When it is dead, go spread seed any way you can, by hand, by a thrower, or with a tractor. Then drag it one time and then pray for rain. You need to start this process in late August, early September, depending on your region, and then try to actually spread your seed when you're predicting a rain. You want it to rain ideally immediately after you plant the seed. Right now, we're gonna do step number 1. It's the last couple of days in August. I'm gonna kill the weeds in my field that I've selected. Here in a couple weeks, I'll make sure that that grass is dead and it's basically bare earth, and then I'm gonna spread my seed. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is fill up this tank. Although, just for demonstration purposes, I'm not gonna fill it full. This is a 40-gallon tank. I'm gonna put 25 gallons in it. Here's where it gets tricky. So you see this book, this dreaded little book. I'm not saying it's not important because we're dealing with chemicals here, but when I say chemicals, I've talked to many farmers. This stuff, if you get it wrong, it's not gonna scorch the earth. It's not gonna kill everything in sight. If you use too little, you're just gonna have to do it again. I'm not saying it's not important, but it's not that big of a deal as long as you be reasonable about it, but don't overthink it. So you can look at this book. There are so many factors on what crop type, the temperature, the humidity, your spray pressure, how much acreage you're doing, of course, how far it is to the ground, all of these things. And then of course it's dealing in liters, sometimes quarts, the conversions to gallons. Holy crap, my head spins. But what I've gleaned on this and what I've learned over the years is the 41% glyphosate. If you use about a 2% solution for most native grasses, stuff that weeds that you're trying to get rid of, try a 2% solution. That's on the high side, 1.5 to 2%, which means for every 100 gallons you use of water, you need about a gallon of the potion. But I'm going to use 25, so that's a quarter, so I'm going to use a quarter gallon. Or if I do a liter conversion, and this thing is in quarts also, a quart's about a liter, just about a liter. I'm going to use 1.5 liters for 25 gallons of water. I can see the water line on my tank right here. It's close to 20. When it gets to 25, I'm gonna stop it. It's 1 liter. I got it on my head, I'm burning. That's that's a half liter, that's 1.5. Now, of course, it says you're supposed to agitate it gently. No, that's bullshit. You just drive around in your tractor and it's gonna mix it up. We're good here. I'm gonna spray my field in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. I'm gonna check it, which is right outside of my door. Make sure that it's dead. If it's not, I'll spray it again, but hopefully it will be dead. Then at that time, I'm gonna put on my ferminator, pick my seed, fertilize, and do it all in one pass. Then I'm gonna pray for rain, and that food plot will essentially be done in 2 steps. I recommend listening to a little Panama from Van Halen while you're out on the tractor. That way, if your wife calls, you can't hear her.